I'm Sherry Kay, award-winning pianist, composer, and National Cooking Contest finalist. I'm also known as the Jazzy Gourmet because when I'm at home, I like to jazz up my meals, and now you can too. Are you looking for different ways to serve bread at your holiday table this year? Well, I have just the idea for you. My spinach bread dough wreath is made of pull-apart bread that comes complete with a hole in the middle. So you can serve it with dips or spreads, maybe some fruit, and your guests can pull apart whatever portion of the wreath they want. Pretty handy, huh? Place spinach and water in a medium saucepan over high heat. Wilt the spinach by pressing and stirring it into the water as it cooks, about a minute or two. After the spinach has wilted, press it into a sieve with the back of a spoon. Pour the reserved spinach water in a mixing bowl. When the temperature of the water reduces to 105 to 110 degrees, sprinkle the yeast over the top, add some sugar, and stir. Wait 10 minutes to make sure the yeast is active. In the meantime, chop the spinach. When you see the yeast foaming on top of the water, stir in the spinach. Mix in flour and then salt. When the dough starts to pull away from the sides of the bowl, turn it out onto a floured surface and knead for 10 minutes. Coat the interior of a large bowl with oil. Place the dough in the bowl, flip the dough over, cover with a towel, and let rise for an hour or so until doubled in size. Once the dough has risen, punch it down and let it relax for about 15 minutes. Using a cake pan as your guide, cut the dough into pieces. Then roll the pieces in between your hands, cutting it into smaller pieces. Now, the size of your pieces depends on how big you want them to be. I found that the larger the piece, the easier it is for folks to break it off and eat. However, I think the wreath looks better with smaller pieces, so it's your call. Either way, roll the pieces into balls and place around the perimeter of the pan. Remove the pan and add another circle of balls inside the circle that you just made. With scissors, make vertical and horizontal slits in each of the balls to give the wreath a more realistic look. Add another layer of balls on top of the two circles that you just made, and be sure to put slits in those too. Here's what the wreath would look like if you used smaller pieces of dough. Either way, bake in a 375-degree oven. Then place on a wire rack to cool. To serve, place the wreath on a platter and decorate with sugared cranberries. Then place a bowl of dip, such as my cranberry spinach wow dip, and enjoy! Well, hey! Now you can make your own spinach bread dough wreath rather than just serving regular old dinner rolls at your holiday table. I'm Sherry Kay, Jazzy Gourmet. Why be ordinary when it's so easy to be jazzy? Do I have spinach in my teeth?